Welcome, food travelers, to an episode here in Bangkok, Thailand. In this episode, we're headed to a cafe outside of Bangkok called San Rafael Café. It's actually located in the Bangkok's Khae district, and for reference, it's located west of the Grand Palace. And the cafe is open daily from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. And from where I was staying in Bangkok, it took me over an hour drive with traffic and tolls. And just for reference, traveling from the Palace, it could take about 30 minutes by the car or about 90 minutes by public transportation.
It's a really interesting looking cafe, Micah. It has a really unique design to it. Kind of reminds me of kind of bird's nest slash kind of trees, especially with all the wood features and that really cool waterfall feature it has in the front.
Yeah, Simon, so that's the one thing that draws a lot of people to this cafe is that it features that two-story design look with high ceilings, a lot of natural light, and with that unique seating area. Like most people who come here, they're mainly traveling for this cafe, mainly for that wood cup seating. And these pots, they extend from the ground to the upper floor, and from the upper floor there's about, I think, 6 seating pots. And there's also one on the outdoor seating as well with one of these outdoor pots, but it's not quite like a wooden one like that you see in the interior. But it's a really nice concept, and I think it's really like quiet ambience. Like if you're here just to work on something or I guess having a meeting, that could be a good location for that. But it is pretty far away from the main city area.
I would imagine if there was a large crowd, people would be kind of fighting for some of those really, I guess, good seats, you could call them. I kind of remember, Michael, when we were in South Korea, we would go to some of the cafes, and with the trend, especially in Asia, with cafes, they create kind of spots where it's very Instagrammable to take pictures and kind of sit in something special. I remember we were at a cafe in South Korea, and there were the swing seats that were in the cafe, and people were kind of just fighting each other to go get them. And so if you wanted to sit them, you'd have to wait for a while. Was this the case here, since those pod seats look like they would probably be pretty popular?
I think it would be maybe on the weekends, but since I was here on a weekday, I did not have to fight with anybody. When I came here, there's like almost nobody here at the cafe. And I did ask the staff, I'm like, oh, is it open seating? Is it by reservations? And yeah, they're like, yeah, go ahead, go up and sit. And they do have that sign where they tell people not to stand, and they actually do enforce it. They'll come up and tell you, hey, you guys can't be standing on these seats to take pictures. You actually have to sit down. There was another group that I saw. They're just standing and trying to get specific Instagram type of shots, I think. But they actually did come up and tell them, hey, you guys sit down.
So kind of like that guy right there as we're looking that's standing on there. So they would tell him to move.
Well, that guy, he was standing on the actual ground, I mean the walkway area, so he was fine. But like if you're standing on these actual seats then and trying to get like a higher shot, then they would come up and actually tell you to sit down. But so some of the items that I got here, I got something called a black truffle croissant that is made with mozzarella cheese, cheddar cheese, Gouda, and Romano cheese. And I also got a Hokkaido milk cake made with hazelnut crunch, and this Toby design cake that was made with Taiwanese milk tea mousse, brown sugar, and chocolate. And the drinks that I got, they were a seasonal drink with dirty matcha. They're all named as dirty drinks, like dirty matcha, dirty oak honey, and coconut. And it's interesting, they actually make the dirty oat honey with actual honeycomb as well, and that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's definitely a popular thing in Southeast Asia, the real honeycomb. It's a snack that they have in Cambodia, really delicious. You take some kind of a bread. Sometimes it's generally like the Chinese donuts, those fried donuts, and you would actually dip it into the honeycomb and get the honey on it, and that's actually pretty delicious. But that's what kind of the things I really like about Southeast Asia is that the ingredients they use is just seems like so much more natural than it does in the West at times.
Yeah, I agree, Simon. I think a lot of the Asian countries, they tend to use a lot of more local ingredients and different things that they can get or source around them, and so everything tastes a lot more fresh. And like you said, with the honeycomb, everything is just very good in general. I feel like in the U.S. we have like those farm to table type of restaurants, but not enough restaurants actually go to local sources and do that.
Yeah, it's for me, and I don't know if you feel the same, but the ingredients for me, I can tell a lot. I feel a lot different when I'm there. When I'm in Southeast Asia, I feel a little bit more, I guess, healthy, you can say. And it's not necessarily that I eat so much better or anything, but it just seems like maybe the ingredients is definitely something to do with how I feel as I'm there versus when I'm back at home and trying all the different foods that we have here.
Do you feel like it is to do with the ingredients that maybe make you more full, or do you think it's the hot weather that also plays into effect where maybe you're feeling more hot so you don't feel as hungry? I know like in the wintertime here in the US, when it's cold, all you want to do is just eat more hot foods or eat more food so you can stay warm.
It's probably a combination of all those things you just mentioned, but I don't know. It just seems like I don't have to think about it too much when I'm in Southeast Asia versus here in the States.
But overall, here in this restaurant, if you're looking for an Instagrammable shot or you're looking for a unique experience, definitely check this cafe out. And to wrap up the episode are the notables. Unfortunately for this one, there are none.
If you've enjoyed the content you've seen, don't forget to support the channel and hit like and subscribe. And if you want to see additional pictures of food and our travels, go over to our Instagram page and follow us there. And thanks for watching.